Recording in progress. Welcome, squids and squidlets,
And squid.
ladies and gentle squids.
Are squids gentle?
No,
They're aggressive.
They're vicious. The seventh episode of the Jess and Corey Show presents Conversations with a Squid.
I love that.
Today's episode. First off, what's happening? What's up? I've got Patron in my cup. I don't.
I was gonna say that explains a lot.
So today, what's happening?
Not much. Today's a chill day, it seems like.
It's been a pretty chill day so far. Rainy, spring.
Yes. Spring is sprung.
Spring has almost sprung. So today we're talking about how to get there. Today is week 3 of section 1 of my transformation challenge. So we're talking about how to get there.
Nice.
Do
you need to recap the first 2 weeks?
I mean, definitely can, but I was just gonna do a PSA for a second. This whole program, guys, has been just a progression for me of trying to figure out how to organize my thoughts, how to organize my life, how to put all of this information that seems to have been given to me, because I definitely wouldn't have found out any of these things or asked myself any of these questions if it hadn't been for something or someone putting this information in my hands, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was just a coincidence of books, or it was just a I guess Google search, or one or two questions away from each of them, you know. But like Atomic Habits was a great one where we started. Joe Dispenza kind of blew it up, really. That's when a lot of it started to go down.
Yeah, and you did the Ben Greenfield challenge.
The program was definitely nice. It was 8 weeks, right? Or 6 weeks. It was a 6-week challenge, and every week or two was a different like part of your life that you can improve on, which was super cool. And so I was really impressed with all the information. It was really cool to, I guess, get confirmation for myself on a lot of the things that I've looked into myself, and to see how it all pieces together in your daily life, and how there's nothing that you do in a day that isn't connected to every single other thing that you do in a day, which is wild.
Yeah.
So it was nice to just kind of get an eye opener on a lot of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
We had known about the water, or we had known about like food items and stuff like that, but then like the carpet one was weird. Like your carpet evaporates formaldehyde, and it can cause some serious like brain fog issues. And then there's microtoxins in the air that can cause like autoimmune problems or inflammation in your neurons or brain. And there's just like, there's so much crap. It's so much. Yeah. It's so wild. Like anything and everything you can possibly think of, there's some way to make it unhealthy, and then there's another way to make it healthy, make it better for you, which is wild. I guess it just depends on how crazy you want to get. Like how far down the rabbit hole do you want to go, you know?
I feel like we're getting pretty deep. We are in that rabbit hole. Pretty deep.
We're in there. We're in there. Anyway, so let's get started now. Yes. How to get there. What does that mean to you?
Don't know. I think we all have a different path on how we're going to get where we want to go, but um, all these questions we're about to talk about really kind of help you on your personal journey, I think.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just really about asking yourself questions that you may have never asked before, or thinking about something in a way that you've
Mhm.
never thought about it, you know?
Yeah, and especially with today's topic, I don't think people think about the little things that they do or little things that they consume or have around them and how much that actually affects who they are and what they do.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, like the air fresheners in your car, you know,
Yeah.
that could be causing neurological damage and you don't even know. I mean, granted, there's the big things, there's the obvious things like alcohol, smoking, you know, not necessarily tobacco or nicotine, but just like the unhealthy ways. Nicotine itself can be a nootropic and help with like memory formation, but like smoking cigarettes is obviously bad for you, you
Yeah.
know. But like I was saying before, I mean, everything in your day is connected to something else and everything else, you know.
Yeah. Which kind of brings us to our first point. Like how you set up your day with your morning routine can really affect the whole rest of your day.
Yeah. What is it? The first 10 minutes are the most important or whatever it is.
I
Whatever
don't know. I
I don't
haven't
know
heard
if there's a rule.
that.
But there's definitely like a period of time in the morning, like first hour
Yeah,
probably.
I would say half hour to an hour.
Yeah. Um, in your morning where you are in a very uh deep mind state, and it can set you up for a lot of things throughout the day. If you can organize your morning correctly, or if you can take a moment for yourself and stay away from distractions like TV or the phone or um, newspapers or whatnot, anything that's going to distract your mind from just being alive and breathing, you know.
Yeah.
Relatively simple stuff like exercise is a great one, or uh, just taking a walk outside, or just sitting down and drinking your coffee in silence, you know.
Which seems weird
Does it?
to sit in silence, but it's never really silent. You're always
Well, yeah,
thinking.
there's always going to be some type of noise, or I mean, maybe you have a silent room, but at the same time, I mean, the point of it is to be outside of those thoughts.
Yeah. Because I think the
To,
first few thoughts you have set up your day, not even the first few things you
oh yeah,
do.
absolutely. While you're still laying in bed, when
Yeah.
you start to have thoughts, like what are those thoughts? What do you think? And then are they positive? Are they negative? Are they constructive? Or are they dismantling? You know,
Mhm.
are these thoughts building you up first thing in the morning? Like, hell yeah, I'm gonna have a great day. I'm such a badass. I'm so humble and beautiful, and I
Mhm.
love everyone and everything. I love myself, or fuck this shit.
Hate my life. Don't want to go to work. Don't want to get out of bed.
Yeah.
The only joy in my day is coffee.
Oh my
Like,
god.
that's horrible. Or if you start immediately thinking about the stress of the day before, or the stress of the day ahead, or the
Yeah.
days ahead, it's just,
There's a
you
lot of
don't even
different
give
ways.
yourself a chance.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to take yourself out of happiness first thing in the morning, just because,
Yeah,
I mean, it's a habit,
right.
it's mindless. But take a second to actually try and be mindful, you know, actively breathe and release the stress and try and stay present with yourself, that selfish is unselfish because it's taking care of everyone around you, you know.
Yeah.
um Second point or second question, what in your environment is keeping you in a low vibration?
Yeah.
How many things can you think of?
just, just kidding. I mean, a lot. I think, I mean, your food and your water, depending on where you source it, or your intentions for it, can really affect you in a way that you don't
That's been a big subject
realize.
for us lately.
Mhm.
Yeah. You want to talk about your water activities?
Water activities. Well, we realized that our water was trash because, well, we live kind of close to a city, so
We get public water.
we get public city water with all the chlorine and all the nasty stuff to the
Yeah.
point where we can like smell it.
What is the one that makes you fall asleep?
Formaldehyde.
No, not formaldehyde. It's the chloroform.
Yeah,
That was in our water.
yeah.
I couldn't freaking believe it. And my coach from the Ben Greenfield thing was like, yeah, you can go to this website and it checks your water and tells you all the ingredients that could be in your water. And I was astounded. Like, you can just look that up, whatever. No, it's public information. It's there for you to look at.
Yeah.
Oh, so I can see exactly what's calcifying my brain.
So that's great.
Cool.
So we've been on a journey of trying to fix our water because if we're drinking in all that crap, and our body is like, what is it, 75% made out of
Some
that
ungodly
crap.
number. Yeah, it's
uh,
mostly water.
yeah. So how can you expect your body to feel good if you're giving it bad water? You know.
It's just making me thirsty.
I know. So we have like a Brita filter or whatever, but even that doesn't
Yeah,
really do
it's just
much.
charcoal filter. So there's really not a whole lot of filtration in there. The best
Yeah.
way is the reverse osmosis. And you can get like under the sink filters, or the best one would be to get a big filter for your main house line. And those
That'd be
are
so cool.
those pretty freaking cool, but I mean, I could only imagine what they cost. So I
Yeah.
mean, it really just depends on how intense you want to go, but start with what you could start with.
Yeah.
Know?
So what we've been able to start with is doing moon water and also your intentions that you've been putting on our water. So um, I don't even know how to begin to explain.
Water is alive, man. Water can hold a memory. Water can, I guess,
It can change with
mimic is the word that I was looking for. It can mimic energy levels.
Yeah.
It can mimic anything that impacts an intention, and it vibrates at that frequency. And then, I mean, you can set an intention into water and then it can hold that vibration.
With either writing a word on the outside of a jug or you like Reiki it, like
I
right
Reiki the
into
shit
it.
out of it. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
And it's different. It's definitely different. And if you can place it on an I guess an emblem or image of a flower of life, it can impact it with that vibration, which is even more powerful because that is life itself. That flower of life, two-dimensional print of a, was it three-dimensional, four-dimensional object?
Yeah.
Is powerful.
Yeah.
You're imprinting that water with life itself.
It totally changes it. Yeah, we can totally tell the difference. So we've been putting our water in a glass jar after going through the Brita, and then we put it on top of the flower of life, and you put intention into it. So we're doing as much as possible.
Water was important. Water was a big one.
It's definitely different.
But I mean, it definitely didn't happen overnight. Like all of these like improvements have been over the course of maybe a year, if not more, because
Mhm.
we've started. I mean, you found the was it Dr. Hashimoto or
Yeah, something
something?
like that.
I can't
You
remember his
can
name,
type in
but
like water
water has memory.
guy.
Yeah. Um, he's a Japanese scientist, or actually wasn't a scientist to begin with. I don't think. I think he was just
I
a
think he was a photographer because he was
yeah.
taking photos with the water crystals.
But he would put a droplet of water into a petri dish, and he would start to notice that these snowflakes would have these crazy designs, and so he started writing down intentions on the outside of the petri dish, and he would start to write words or letters or phrases and stuff, and all of the water molecules would represent the intention of, or reflect the intention of, the what was written on the petri dish. It
Yeah.
was fascinating. Like the life was incredible. The happy, the sad, they all reflected those
Mhm.
vibrations, and it's wild.
It's really crazy.
It's really crazy to think of that at that level it can represent such powerful aspects.
Yeah. And if you drink in water with the intention of joy or love, now that's affecting all your cells. But if you're drinking in water that's dead from a water bottle that's in plastic,
There's the
it's
nothing.
not doing
It's
anything
nothing.
for
It is
you.
nothing.
And
And
yeah.
especially if it's not remineralized. And that was kind of the wild one about the reverse osmosis, is that you have to remineralize the water. Otherwise, it's not going to hydrate. You can drink it till you're dead, blue in the face, but it's not going to hydrate you. It's the minerals. It's the like added aspects to the water that make it more retainable.
Yeah. So basically, water is important. That was quite a tangent, but same goes for food. I
Yeah.
mean, where you source your food, the quality of the food, the types of food.
And it holds vibration too. I mean, that's
Yeah.
water too.
Everything. Well, it's not even just water. Everything is a vibration.
Yeah.
How an animal was treated affects how it affects your body. When you eat a hamburger, how is that cow treated?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it goes beyond that too, because um the pollutants and such in our house and the chemicals we use to clean our house and this, that, and the other are pretty bad too.
Yeah.
I just
Serious.
thought of like shampoos and makeup and all that stuff. Those are all just crap also.
Yeah. Shampoo is a big one because they can, uh, especially for men, because they can have ingredients that raise your estrogen levels, and then
Oh,
can either mess with your hormones in general, or they can cause hair loss, or they can just cause mood instability. It's just uh, shampoo is a big one. Toothpaste is another big one because of fluoride.
deodorant.
Deodorant and the aluminum. Propylene glycol is a big one to look out for, just because that one, uh, that's antifreeze.
And that's in what?
That can be in quite a bit of things, but that can be in your deodorant. That can be in uh, lotions or salves or something.
Everything.
Just about anything. Yeah. I think there's even places in food where they have propylene glycol in it. But definitely watch out for that one, because that's antifreeze. But any type of toxin and pollutant, and like I said, it goes down to the micro level. It goes down to the nanoparticle, where these things can be toxic, or just at a I don't know, an accumulated level be a serious problem, right? obviously your body's immune system can get rid of most of the pollutants that you come in contact with on a daily basis, right? But like
If you're bombarding
it's
it with shit food, shit water,
yeah,
household cleaners, and then you rub lotion on on your body, and then you brush your teeth with fluoride. It's like, how much can your body really handle?
a lot. It can handle a lot and keep you alive. It's a survival mechanism. Like it is a really strong organism. This
I wouldn't
body is,
test it though.
but that's the thing. Like obviously you want it to run as like efficiently as possible, but if you're
Mhm.
not aware of any of these things that can cause these problems and the amount of which that you're like incorporating into your day, you're just bombarding yourself on a daily basis, it's
Yeah.
just overwhelming you day in and day out, and that your body can only take so long, right?
Yeah, let alone the people you surround yourself with.
That is a big part of it too,
Mhm.
because there's toxic, I guess, compounds, and then there's toxic groups of people.
Emotions and vibes and
Yeah.
all that.
uh, I just realized that I'm like all the way over here, and so I was like, I
Get
probably
closer.
I could sit up straight. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So peeps and their toxicities.
Yeah. Which is hard.
The hardest part I think for that one is that some of the closest people to you allow to be the most toxic.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, they're my family. I have to deal with them or whatever.
Either that or you are more receptible to letting them hurt you, right? You'll take their opinions more highly than just a random stranger like walking
Mhm.
down the street. Hey, you're a piece of shit. I don't care what you think. See you
It's
later.
true.
Have a nice day. But like your mom, your dad, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, I mean, there's anybody. It can be just about anybody.
Mhm. That's for sure. So definitely think about that.
Yeah. I mean,
Because you can't be a high vibration person surrounded by low vibration people. You kind of slide into their, um, yeah,
yeah. They're just imprinting you with their vibration. They're influencing your habits, your daily routines. They're influencing your energy level on a constant basis.
yeah,
And
whether you
so,
realize it or not.
yeah, you are the means of your five closest friends, Um,
So think about that.
yeah.
Who are those people that are close to you, and what are their vibes?
Well,
Are they good or
I
bad?
mean, that goes right into our next question, where it's what emotions do you feel when you think of your future or these people?
Yeah.
Are you optimistic? Are you pessimistic in nature? Like, is it just a habit of you making a negative out of a positive, or just assuming the negative like outcome? Or are you optimistic naturally? Do
Yeah.
you want to think about the best possible outcome to any situation? What's the first reaction? That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a really tall tale to understanding where you're at on the spectrum, for sure. Um,
Yeah.
and what are you repeating on a daily basis? Ooh.
Do you mean thoughts, emotions, all of the above, routines?
Yeah, like I was saying, when you first, like we were saying earlier, when you first wake up in the morning, what are those first five thoughts that you have?
Mhm.
You know, uh, understanding why you have those thoughts and where they come from, and trying to trade them out. if they are less than satisfactory.
Yeah, we have to be aware of them before you can trade them.
Absolutely. You have to know what they are. You have to know the routine. You have to know the habit.
Yeah,
So you got to pay attention
gotta want to see it,
for sure.
which is hard when you start awakening to all the crap you tell yourself.
I mean, yeah, you don't want to believe that you or your brain can sabotage you, but that's the only thing that can. That's the
Yeah,
only thing that can steer you wrong. Best way to put it.
which you can see it as a good thing, because if you realize that, then you know that
Absolutely.
you can change it
Absolutely.
depending on how you choose to perceive things.
Yeah. What's your perception?
That is the question.
That's a pretty deep question, dude.
Yeah. Well, even just then, like, I could have not thought about that being an opportunity for growth. I could have just thought about getting stuck in those negative things because your brain just does it. But I was perceiving of having a better outcome. So that's what I'm gonna shoot for. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
What is your perception?
I think your perception is based off of what your core beliefs are, you know, and the habits that you created as a child to navigate your environment
Mhm.
the
And
most
protect
efficiently.
yourself.
Protect yourself if that was necessary, or the tricks that you learned to be able to get the outcome that you were looking for, you know, how you had to navigate your environment. I mean, depends on your environment, but how you had to manipulate yourself to, I don't know, manipulate the outcome to the best of your abilities.
Yeah, or just to get what you needed.
Yeah. Attention, love, food, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Um, I think it's kind of wild how aware we can be as a baby, that the rest of our lives are controlled by these core beliefs, you know, assumptions, or I don't know how you want to describe them, as just like habits, the habits that you create to be able to survive.
Yeah.
Crazy. Um, and is this helping others or yourself?
Is what?
The habits that you create, are they helping yourself? Are they helping somebody else? Are you being selfless or selfish in this habit? Um, and should you be selfish or unselfish with that habit? You know what I
I think
mean?
it depends on the habit.
And yeah, that's definitely the point, you know.
Mhm.
Um, I guess the first one would maybe be follow your natural talents.
Yeah, to figure out the habits that you want to include.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. What?
Do you want to say anything?
No.
Okay. Um, I mean, what did you do as a kid? What was fun as a child? What came naturally to you, and what made you feel the most alive and happy? You know, those are the biggest ones that really help you figure out how you are going to get the happiest out of your life than just forcing yourself down a path that isn't necessarily uh, the best way for you. You know, doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be uh broke and happy. But if you're doing something out of love and you're doing it with the best intention and finding a way, I think you could definitely find a way to incorporate serving others so that you could get paid out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter what you're into in life. There's somebody else that's interested in it, and you can make it a job, which is wild.
I think that's really cool. I think that's how it was supposed to be. We're all given different gifts and talents to serve ourselves and others with. And if everyone had the same one, if we all did the same job, that would suck.
Yeah.
So we're all given these gifts of what we do as talents, to impact the world. We're all different with different things. So,
More different.
but the world needs that. If we were just robots, it would be
Yeah.
black and white.
Yeah. I mean, if we all did the exact same thing, how boring would it be? I mean, it'd be so hard to stand out. It would be so odd to be different.
Yeah.
I mean, it would, what kind of life would that be? It'd be tragic.
That's sick. But if you think about it, that's what a lot of people end up doing. Like they get stuck in the typical 9 to 5 just because they need money and they're not happy in any capacity.
Well, it's all about the paycheck. But if
Sure.
you're, what's the guy's name? Alan Watts. One of the best Alan Watts quotes that I ever heard was, if you're doing it for the money, then you're going to be going about your life doing the things that you don't want to do so that you can go about your life doing the things that you don't want to do.
Which is silly. Why would you want to
Which
do
is stupid.
Yeah.
It's better to have a short life filled with what you love than a long life spent in a miserable way.
Yeah.
That cuts deep. That's a big one. That's one of my absolute favorites.
I would definitely prefer to live out of a happy flow state than a tragic,
just zombie state.
Yeah.
Do you want to be a zombie throughout your life? Do you want to just mosey through step by step and just lose yourself in the music, in the moment?
I'm way too wild for
Makes
that.
you want it.
A little too free for that.
No. Yeah. I couldn't do it either. I don't know. I've done that, or I started out doing that, working construction. I mean, you're doing the exact same thing. And it's kind of wild because I got to the point where I was doing a job that was that on a daily basis, where I would stand at the end of a conveyor belt and I would stack parts for 8 hours, the same part, the same way for 8 hours. And it was just, I don't know, it was just so much more ingraining that this is mind numbing and killing me more than anything in the world. Like, I would have been dead so much sooner if I would have kept doing that than if I would have done anything else. I was already dead.
There's no change. There's no growth.
You're in the same spot doing the same thing every single day. And like I said, I think that just exaggerated the point. Let's not do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could only imagine that there's worse places, or there's worse lessons, to learn that. You could be doing it for years. You could be doing it for decades. You could be doing your entire life, how mind numbing and like tragic. But at the same time, if it makes you happy, or if you can be happy doing it,
Yeah.
more power to you.
Like, I can't see how you would, but that's just me.
I mean, some people, I mean, everybody loves something different, and that's kind of the thing. I mean, everybody's going to gravitate towards something different. So it's just try and find a way to serve other people.
Yeah.
Try and find a way, if it's something that you love to serve other people, try and find a way to share that with somebody else. And then evaluate the emotions that you get when you're doing this.
Emotions, yeah.
Because that's what's steering the boat. Yeah. Most of the time there, or at least the vast majority of human beings are being steered vibrationally by their emotions, because their emotions control the vibration that which they resonate. But if you can control your emotions, then your brain can be in control of the vibration that you wish to resonate. And that's power. That's how you make your life exactly what you want it.
Yeah.
However you want it. I mean, do it in a positive way. That might be nice. Yeah, don't go haywire. No dark magic. No dark magic.
Anyways.
So tasks for this week. Number 1, change the feng shui.
I think you just like saying that.
I like feng shui. Change your feng shui. Yes. So really for this one, what I was intending was to change up some type of environment that you are in on a daily basis, whether that's like your bedroom and the furniture in your house, or
your office where you
rearrange your desk. Yeah. However, some way, just change the feng shui.
Wow.
Got him.
Okay.
Number 2, get dressed up.
Why is that important?
It changes your perception of yourself. When you can get dressed up and you can feel good about yourself, have some confidence in your image and how you look and how you're presented. I mean, that changes your entire vibration, you know. Think about going to weddings or going to prom or dances in school, or to some type of event, I suppose. Yeah, where you get dressed up, you put on your new shoes, you put on your new shirt, and you're like strutting around. That vibration, that confidence, that's how you change your life. You start steering the boat in a better direction. And number 3, serve others in some direct way. You know what I mean? Make breakfast for your partner. Give that guy on the street $1. You know, bring donuts into the office in the morning, you know, just out of the blue. It as bad as donuts can be, once in a while it couldn't hurt, right? So I mean, be smart with your decisions. You could bring a basket of fruit. Not saying that you couldn't.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You could bring some beef jerky. That'd be a wonderful snack. Some jerky sticks. Some pepperoni, some salamis.
Yeah.
Ooh, shit, that'd be good.
Just being aware of ways you can help other people.
Being aware of helping others, yeah.
Just smiling at someone or being kind while you're driving.
You know what? One of the greatest ideas is to start one of those like pay it forwards at a coffee shop. You know, pay for the person behind you and try and get them to pay for the next person. And so it's not that you're paying for your own coffee, you have paid for it anyway, but you're paying for the person behind you, so you're actively giving to somebody else.
Yeah.
Right. That notion that I'm serving someone else, right? It's a power that cannot be duplicated.
Yeah.
I think if the majority of folks lived that way out of service to the others, or just doing something random act of kindness, that's that would change the world.
Yeah.
I believe 110%. So talking topics. Ooh. Go for it.
We are creatures of habit. I think we already kind of went over that pretty good. But what was the thing I just heard, that we have like 7 or 80,000 thoughts a day, and 90% of them are repetitive of the day before?
I don't know what the exact statistic is, but I had heard it as like 60 to 70,000 thoughts in a day, and then like 90 to 95% of which are unconscious repetitive thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. So we basically just live Groundhog Day in our minds, which then creates it in our world over and over and over. But I just think if you're aware of the thoughts and the actions that you're doing, it's easier to change them.
If you can be intentional about them.
Mhm.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Nice.
So just think about that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just PSA, public service announcement. Our morning routine sets us up for the rest of the day. Yeah, we kind of went over that one already.
100%. Why don't you share what you do?
Uh, so the first thing I like to do in the morning is go pee. That's kind of the
Classic.
first step, right? So get up out of bed, go to the bathroom. Sometimes I'll weigh myself just to kind of see where I'm at, check my progress, whichever way it's going, just to see what it is. I don't do it every day, but I definitely do it some days. Then after I go pee, I'll usually check myself out in the mirror, just look myself up and down, and really just take a look at myself and who I am. But what I'm really doing is trying to be aware of the emotion that I get when I look at myself. And that can be extremely powerful. Like,
Yeah.
what's your self-image in your most vulnerable state? Do you feel bad? Do you feel really sad for yourself? Are you like just a poor, pitiful animal that's just on the side of the road and just tired and scared? Or
Oh my
do you
gosh.
look at yourself and you're like, I'm a badass. I'm a cool dude. I am proud of what I have built. I am excited about who I am and what this day has to offer. I'm grateful for everything that I have, or it can just be like, hey, look, a naked guy.
I'm sorry, I can't get over that.
You ever seen a grown man naked? Every morning.
Yes.
But to train your perception to see life from a higher vantage point, to be able to look at life like you are the sky and your thoughts are the clouds.
Stop.
I had an itch, leave me alone. But understand that the thoughts and the emotions and the daily like ups and downs, the roller coaster is just passing by. It's just a mist that's going to evaporate. It's just another cloud that passes by. It's never going to be permanent. It's never going to be 100%, and it's never going to make you who you are. It's just going to be another passing emotion, another passing thought. And the more you can control those passing thoughts, or the more that you can understand or see them from the outside, the easier it's going to be for you to be able to really take control and understand, and then forgive yourself for whatever emotions that you have or had and then let go. Let go of past traumas, let go of past pains or mistakes. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. It's always gonna be okay, regardless of what's going on outside you. The state of your own mental fortitude, or your own mental state, I guess it's a better way to put it, is up to you. Nobody else can influence the thoughts inside of your head. That's for you to control, and that's where you take control. So ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, then is it worth your emotional stability? No.
No.
Can I control the old man that barks at you because you don't have your dogs on a leash? No, I can't.
All you can control is your reaction.
All I can do is control myself and my dogs, and how he chooses to address that situation is up to him. I can't row somebody else's boat. I can only row my boat, and I choose to be on calm waters.
That was good. Wow. That should be a t-shirt.
That put that shit on a t-shirt. But really, be what you want to be right now. Ooh.
That's a huge thing you learn when you're meditating. If you can be a higher vibration right now, then just be it. Why would you choose not to?
Yeah. Why would you choose to be low and sad and pitiful? Why is that the way that you choose to go? Because you have a choice. It's your choice. You're the only one that can choose to be up or down. That's it. Nobody else can choose it for you. Nobody can make that decision for you. That's up to you. And the sooner you take responsibility for that, the sooner that you can actively fix whatever is wrong, or you can forgive for whatever happened. It's the sooner that you can take control of your life.
Yeah.
Start making it what you want it to be.
If you want to be happy now. If you want,
mind-blowing, bud.
If you want to feel love, then be love.
Be loving.
And then you'll only bring that back to yourself.
If you want to receive, give. Next. Connect a specific emotion to your future event and give thanks before you receive them. Ooh.
That's kind of what we were saying just a second ago.
Yeah. If you can be what you want to be already, but if you can be grateful and attach an emotion, then you can be in more control of that vibration, because then every time you feel that emotion, you are imprinting or resonating in that vibration.
Yeah. And when you're practicing gratitude, your mind doesn't know if it's happened or not happened.
Oh yeah, no, your mind can't tell the difference between an imagined thought or a actual event.
Yeah.
So every time you think about something or visualize an event, the more your brain chooses to work through that event, you're creating new neurological pathways. And that's how you change everything. That's how you change the reality you see, because you can solidify those neurological pathways that are connected to those emotions, and you can start to imprint your reality with that vibration. And that's manifestation. We've been talking about that for a couple weeks now.
Mhm.
The act of manifestation is just to be the vibration at which that, I guess, reality exists.
Yeah.
And like we said, you can't carry a high vibration on a low vibration.
No.
So you got to work through those. Our bodies don't know the difference between the past, the present, or the future.
Because there's no such thing as time.
Do you still have a hard time with that thought? I still have a hard time with that. Like, there's no past, present, or future. Well, there's no past and there is no future. There is only the present now, the
Yeah.
eternal now. And I mean, that makes sense. But then when you write a note and then you leave that note there, that note will be there till the end of time, until that note disappears or is either
But that's a physical.
something's done with that. But that's, you wrote that the day before. Isn't that kind of showing the fact that there is a past? Because that moment has already gone. The moment in which I wrote that is now gone, right?
So maybe in the present moment, you're just a witness to that note. You're just experiencing the note that was left before.
Yeah.
Did I just blow your mind?
Well, no, but I mean, in the moment in which you are seeing or you see the note, you're not the past, right? Like, you can't go back to the point to where you had written that note, but the fact that the you that wrote the note is gone.
Yeah.
That's showing that there was a moment and that time is going forward. So the point where you wrote the note is slowly getting farther away, right? But that means that there is a distance between you that went through the note, of the act of writing the note, and the you that's witnessing the note, right? So there's a separation between those two. Now, they are completely different people, which is kind of a wild thought, right? Because you are constantly renewing yourself in every moment. Your cells are constantly dividing and creating new cells. And so those
neurons are new every day, depending on
you
the
have
choices you make.
brand new neurons, depending on the memories that you were formed, the memories that were formed throughout the night, and the imprints of the data that you interpreted from the outside environment, right? But all of those like qualities and the quality of those things depend on the quality of the thoughts that you're thinking, because those thoughts become an energetic, like, or an electrical stimulant. That electrical stimulant becomes a chemical reaction. That chemical reaction becomes a protein. That protein becomes a metabolite for the cell and initiates a cell division. That cell division then creates a new you and a past you, an old you and a new you, right? But that all started with the quality of the thought that you were thinking.
Yeah.
And the quality of that thought depends on the interpretation of the environment around you, which can be influenced by the water, the food, the people,
Everything.
everything around you, or more importantly, the emotions that you're feeling on a daily basis, or that have been grooved into a habit because it is an unconscious thought repeated on a daily basis, created from a childhood event that you have solidified in your subconscious. Rant over.
And good luck figuring that out.
And good luck. Yeah, have fun. Because we're doing it too. I'm struggling. Not really. I don't want to say I'm struggling because it has been a very transformative process in this whole thing. And I've become so much more aware of who I am and what I am and how I am in this whole process of learning all of this stuff that it's invaluable.
Yeah.
For one, I wouldn't be who I am right now without it. And two, it's helping me learn how to be in more control of who I want to be. Now, if the money would hurry up, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but money is a how, not a what. Money is how you do the things, not the thing that you're doing. So you can't manifest that. You can't manifest money. You can only manifest the act of the thing that you are doing, which helps with the creation of the how. The creation of the how isn't up to you. That's a conversation for another time.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, that's a lot.
All right.
But yeah.
We don't want to go into it too deep. So do you have anything else, Esnagarado?
Nope.
That's it?
That's it. That was a lot.
That was pretty deep. What do you think about this week's?
I think I want to say this is the most transformative, but if you can really look at each of these pieces, change can come pretty quickly.
Yeah. And
Even-
how willing you are to let go of the past traumas and forgive yourself, for sure.
Even if all you changed was your water, I think you would notice a difference in your entire life.
Yeah. And it really has to go that slow too. You really have to do one thing at a time. Otherwise it can be too much and overwhelm you.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to do a lot of things right out the gate, a lot of brand new things, and hold those habits.
Yeah. It's a shock to your system.
Yeah. Your daily routine can be difficult to manipulate depending on the person that you are.
Yeah, but you always know when the next thing is ready to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
That's all I got.
Let's wrap that one up. Heck yeah. It was wonderful to see everybody. Thank you for joining. Hope you're having a great week, and we'll see you next time. Love you. Bye.